What a relaxing evening tonight. It's so peaceful here on campus. I can't believe that in the middle of the city like this, it's actually pretty quiet. Save, of course, for all the street traffic outside. Other than that, it's pretty peaceful and relaxing. Wouldn't you say, sweetie? And wow, I still find it hard to believe that you and we got into the same university together. We both were able to test in, and we made it. And on top of that, the dorms are co-ed, so we get to visit each other. It's a shame, though, that we can't spend the full night together, that there's a curfew in a few hours, and you're gonna have to go back to your own dormitory. But that's alright. We get to spend time together right now, and that's all that matters. So how was your first day on campus? What classes did you have again? Oh, you had English, a refresher on your math, and what was that last one again? I couldn't quite hear you. You kind of mumbled. Oh, computer science. That's right. As for me, I also had English, but I had English later in the day, so I don't know if we have the same professor or not, but my professor seemed pretty nice. In the morning I had art history, and then my final class of the day was an introduction to physics. I suppose this school is all about getting the chores out of the way this freshman year, and then starting next year we get to really start studying what we want to for our majors. Though I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to major and minor in. What about you? Yeah, we're both pretty lost right now, aren't we? But that's okay. One thing I like about this university is they give us plenty of time to decide what we want to do and who we want to be. It's not like high school, which was in a rush, trying to get us to decide, what we want to study and what college we wanted to go to, and if we wanted to go to a college or a university or a trade school or not go at all. I can't believe how many teachers discouraged both of us based on our track records in high school to not pursue higher education. That was pretty unfair of them. It's fortunate both you and I had a fantastic teacher like Miss Winters on our side. She was a huge advocate for both of us. And she wrote one heck of a letter of recommendation for us, too. Though, can I be honest with you? I'm surprised you got into this school too. Your grades, to be frank, weren't as good as mine. And you didn't perform as well on the standardized tests to get in. Nor was your essay very good. Though I tried my best to help you with it, it still wasn't that great. Though I guess that you made nice with other teachers too, and they wrote as good of a letter of recommendation as Miss Winters. Though I guess I wanted to talk, I think the school felt pity on me based on what happened to me early in the year in high school. What with that awful teacher who took advantage of me. Yeah, I still think about that sometimes. And it still depresses me every once in a while. But I do try my best to keep my spirits up and keep my chin up, and I still reach out to Miss Winters every so often through email and through my phone. She gave me her phone number, her direct line, so I'm able to contact her at any time. I don't know if she did the same for you or not. Oh, she did? She really is the most kind and wonderful teacher. I really wish you would have stopped teaching high school and moved on to be a university professor, but I guess she lacked the qualifications. Though she did promise me every so often she would come to visit me here and see how I'm doing, talk to my professors and everyone else who is in charge of making sure I succeed. I'm also really glad I got in on all those scholarships. Again, with help from Miss Winters and some other teachers who took pity on me based on what happened. Then again, I did spend most of the latter half of my senior year working my butt off to get those scholarships and to keep my grades up. I worked really super hard to do that. Yeah, I got about 3 scholarships, which is gonna pay for most of my tuition as well as room and board. So I didn't have to take out as many student loans as I expected to, which is really nice. I still did take out a few, so I'm gonna wind up owing a bit when I graduate, but hopefully once I decide on a major and a minor, it's gonna be really good ones that will help me get a really good job upon graduating. But yeah, I do still have to work despite going to school. I got my job back at the movie theater and they transferred me to a location closer to campus. I also got a job at an Italian restaurant that's very much part-time. And then I got a early morning job at a donut place, so yes, good old Tori, working 3 jobs for 1 paycheck. Hey, do you mind if I put on some music? It really helps me relax. I know I didn't have work today, but I'm not quite used to this new course schedule, so waking up super early for that early morning class kinda threw me off, on top of having that evening class. I don't know about you, I don't know how thrown off you are and in need of relaxation, but like I said, some good music is always good for helping me rest and relax and just chill. Here, let me put it on. There we go. I really do like this style of music. It's both upbeat and soothing at the same time. In a very weird way. Because I know it's not like spa music or classical or even, trance music, but I like the lyrics. I find them pretty empowering. I don't know about you. Have you listened to this kind of music before? Oh, you have? Do you like it? Oh, you do? See, I knew I dated you for a reason. We have just oh so very much in common. We had some of the same classes in high school, common interests, what with liking graphic novels and video games, even though I had to play them at your house because, well, as you know, my family is not doing too well financially, so we couldn't afford the latest and greatest gaming systems. And we even have the same taste when it comes to books. Regular literature books, and now we both share the same taste in music. We really do have a lot in common. On top of both of us being held back our senior year in high school and having a harder time testing in to get into university, though, like I said, I personally studied my butt off and I tried my best to help you, but I don't know how your grades were so good in Miss Winter's class, but I noticed they weren't as great in other classes. Though I guess maybe this college, this university, wanted more diverse students, so they didn't care as much about grades and test scores with their enrollment, and they just wanted a wide array of different kinds of students. Maybe they felt that by enrolling you, that they could really help you and help give you a brighter future. What are your interests anyway with going to school here? You must have some vague idea with what you want to study. Oh, you have an interest in computers? That's interesting. What do you want to do with them? Really? Really? You want to learn computers so you could program and create video games? Though I suppose that's not too far out there. And I guess that's a pretty common major now. But I've heard it's a pretty cutthroat industry, and regardless of how well you do in school and how good your portfolio is, not every company is gonna want to hire you. You have to have something extremely different and unique and out of the box for them to consider hiring you. At least that's what I learned from my research online, because I did have a friend that I met online who is currently studying video games and developing them and stuff like that, and she says it's pretty difficult, and she's already a senior in school, and she's working on her final project this year in her final portfolio, which she's gonna have to pitch to multiple companies and multiple studios. Her game is pretty interesting, by the way. It's a combination of a sandbox kind of game, but it's also a dating game. I don't know how that makes sense. She didn't do a very good job of explaining it. But she did also say it's a work in progress. So I guess you date different characters, and then you and those characters team up to build things. I guess it's kind of like a community game where you team up with these characters you meet and build relationships with to do things like build community gardens and clean up neighborhoods and do stuff like that. I don't know how well a game like that's going to perform, because I think the typical gaming audience would find that pretty boring, but it is something she's passionate about, so I support her, and I suggest you do too. What kind of game are you interested in making? Really? Really? A multi-online player shooter? Aren't there plenty of those already? Oh, but yours is gonna have a twist. Well, I'd really like to see what this twist of yours is going to be. I am indeed genuinely curious. I've always liked how creative you are, because you do have a bright mind, even if you've had a difficult time applying it in school. I do find you to be awfully bright and creative and intelligent. Plus, being my partner, being my special someone, I care about your passions, and I want you to succeed. Oh, what am I interested in? Well, I've thought about a few things. I've thought about maybe majoring in literature or creative writing, or even art. I have fallen in love with graphic novels, so maybe I'll try to make one, even though I'm not nearly as good at drawing as other people. But I have been told that I'm really good at writing. So maybe I could team up with an illustration major at some point later on in my university career, and the two of us could come together to create something truly unique and special and different. I think that would be pretty interesting. Oh, have you seen that story published by that upperclassman named Lexi? Yeah, that cat girl. She's been handing them out all over campus, especially to new students like us. Have you read any of it? I have during my breaks today. It's a very interesting story. It's about a strange human who goes on vacation in a forest in a cabin and winds up meeting a fox girl. And the fox girl is really hungry because they're trapped in the cabin in a storm and can't make it back to her den. So she sends the human out to find her food, but the human gets lost and winds up coming across all kinds of interesting creatures and characters. And the story just unfolds from there. It meets a spider person, a snake person, a harpy, mermaids, wolves. Not just any kind of wolves, but wolves that can take human forms. And he helps them. And he even takes on a being called the Forest Spirit Guardian, which grants him special powers. I find that to be really interesting, and I can't wait to see how the story unfolds from there. I got as far as them coming back across the spider person and the scorpion person, which gave them another gift of superpower. So I can't wait to see where it unfolds from there. They seem to have spent an awful long time away from their cabin, leaving the fox girl alone in there, so I really hope nothing bad happened to that cabin. But I'll leave it to Lexi to unfold the story and say what happens. This really is a relaxing night. Come here, sweetie. Let's cuddle. You know I genuinely enjoy cuddling. After all, I do run cold. This is nice, feeling your body heat pressed against mine, pressed against my body as we lean up against each other on the bed. I really wish there wasn't a curfew so we could have proper intimate time. And well, I also wish I didn't have a roommate, though. I think she's at her boyfriend's dorm right now. Either that or she's in the library. She's a bit of a bookworm, which I don't mind. I like quiet people. I have a feeling that means she'll stay out of my business for the most part, which is really good. I wouldn't want her all up in my business. What about you? How's your roommate? Oh, your roommate's a football player? I'm sorry about that. Are they at least nice? Oh, they keep to themselves too? Well, that's really cool. I guess that's another thing we have in common. Roommates who keep to themselves. I know we can't have full-on intimate time, or else we risk going past curfew, but do you think we could make out a little bit? It's been a long time since I felt your lips pressed against mine, and I wonder if making out here will be different than making out in high school, because after all, we are full-on adults now. We're in university, and maybe the ambience will affect the mood a bit more. What do you say? I mean, I don't want to get you too excited, but at the same time, I really enjoyed the intimacy. You want to? Oh, okay. Hmm. 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 Mm. 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 Yes, you can caress me as we kiss. I don't mind. Mm. 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 Okay, we better stop. I'm starting to get a bit heated from it. And we can't go any further from here. Because I don't know when my roommate's coming back, and it is getting awfully close to curfew, and you're gonna have to go back to your own dorm. Which is a shame because I really, truly don't want you to leave. I wish you could spend the night with me, even if it's nothing overly intimate. Just cuddling would be nice. Just cuddling in each other's arms as we fell asleep together. That would be incredibly wonderful. Because I feel oh so very safe in your arms. You are my savior after all, my protector, my love, my partner, my oh so special someone. It really is a miracle that we both got into the same school together. This means we can spend all of our free time with each other. Well, when we're not busy with friends, of course. Because I do imagine, especially as we get into the swing of things and meet people in classes and such and get involved in the extracurriculars like the clubs and such, we're gonna make some new friends. I'm planning on joining the comic book club. I don't know about you. Oh, you're gonna join the gaming club? Why am I not surprised? I'm glad that there's so many different clubs we can join. Tell you what, if you join the comic book club with me, I'll join the gaming club with you. How does that sound? Sound like a plan? I'm glad you like that idea. It is getting late and close to curfew. I think it's time we wrapped up here and said goodnight, and you went back to your room. I don't mean to kick you out, but I really, really, really don't want to get into any trouble. I'm sure you understand, sweetie. But don't worry. I'll see you again tomorrow, okay? Mwah. 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 I'm sorry, I can't resist kissing you. You're just oh so very kissable. Mwah. 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 Alright. Grab your things and head on out. I'll lock the door behind you. Text me to get back to your room, okay? Okay. Good night, my sweet. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Catch you later. Mm-hmm.